Welcome to Good Boys Gone Bland, Season 8, Episode 3, The Rundown. I'm your co-host, Denali.
I'm your co-host, Brian!
I'm your co-host, Jace, and I think after that I'm going to follow up with an apology for my shitty Christopher Walken impression at the end of last episode.
Yeah, so when I started watching this movie, I was like, oh, Christopher Walken's in this movie. Oh, that's what Jace was doing.
I saw a video this week that was somebody who did like a very inspired Christopher Walken impression, and I was like, oh fuck, oh no.
Jace, I don't think I even realized you were doing a Christopher Walken impression because I don't remember.
He said it afterwards, and I was like, oh, okay. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know why he's doing that, but he's in the movie.
I was doing like the full intonation, like, ow, Christopher Walken, and he stops.
That's not bad. Okay.
And he goes like this, and it's like a little up and down. But
he's been you've been practicing.
That's a good impression. That's what
I did last time.
Okay, maybe I just don't remember. That's a good impression, Jace. It's like the rundown.
Yeah.
Example. Okay, Ryan, you do one.
Hello. He actually talks like this. If you've ever seen him in an interview, he talks like this.
He has that
really?
An act.
The whole really?
He's from Cornwall.
No, he's gonna morph into British. Let's just cut him off right now. Let's cut him off.
Is he actually British? Is he from?
No, I'm fucking with you.
I don't know what that accent is.
Where's he from?
It's not real. Folks, we watched The Rundown this week because we're doing a marathon, and that's what we do on this podcast, Good Boys Gone Bland. We watch 10 movies of a similar actor or subject. And this week, I guess this period of time that we're doing, because we're doing it a bunch of weeks, is for Seann William Scott. Thanks to Ryan, who pitched it during our State of the Podcast episode, reviewing 10 Seann William Scott movies.
I don't know if anybody's done this before.
I don't think anyone has. I haven't looked, but I can guarantee they haven't. Seann William Scott, a.k.a. SWS, or Swiss, as we call him on the
Mr.
show.
Scott.
A lot of different zany roles. You may know him from Dude, Where's My Car, American Pie, Role Models, The Rundown, and we're here to kind of...
This movie. He's in this movie.
He's in this movie. Guaranteed. All right? We've all seen it, and we're trying to review his career as a whole and the movies that he's in. Now, three of us, I would say we're fans, right?
By now? Yeah.
By now. Jace?
I've got it.
Yeah.
We're not really reviewing his career as a whole. And to say, we might be reviewing Seann William Scott's career as a whole, but to say that is kind of unfair when, other actors have a lot of movies. We only do 10, and we watch a lot of just the shitty ones.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But we're trying to take a core sample here.
Yeah.
We decided 10 movies was like a decent amount to really get the flavor of this actor. And this guy's a mysterious dude. Okay, there's not a lot known about him. He's very reserved in interviews. I was telling Jace earlier, I was watching a bunch of interviews with him, and he's very normal. He's not acting like the Stiffmeister and putting a lot of oh, hey guys, he's very chill. It makes me wonder, why do you guys think he has two N's in his name in Seann? What's the deal with that? Why is there two N's?
Why is there two T's in Scott?
Well, okay, I've seen that, okay? I've seen the two T's in Scott. I've seen the two L's in William. But two N's. Is he afraid someone's going to steal one?
I think it's just quirky.
Maybe in case he has to change his identity?
I don't think he's doing a bit. I think he's just living life with the name that his parents gave him.
Yeah, is he doing the bit, or were his parents doing a bit?
What if his name's actually Sham, and we just think it's two N's, but it's actually an M?
Oh, they didn't connect the M together.
The doctor fucked up while he was writing it and put a space between them, and they think his name's Sean.
I don't know. The parents are there. I don't know. We have no way to find out, except unless he comes on this podcast, and we're just talking. We're talking into the air right now, and we don't know. Later, maybe episode 8 or 9, he comes in, state of the podcast, maybe?
Yeah, and then he can kind of reveal this.
Set the record straight.
We can put this in our back pocket. Maybe if he got on a mob hit list, and he had to change his identity, move to somewhere new, he can just take out the last N and not have to really change much about his name.
There we go, yeah.
And keep most of it.
Nobody would know. What you mean Seann William Scott? No.
What?
This is Seann William Scott.
The N's shorter.
What if, he missed a horizontal stroke too, and it's actually Seann William Scott.
So the H is gone. It's actually Seann William.
And then the C in Scott was supposed to be an O, and they didn't finish it.
But that doesn't explain any double letters. That's just adding another error in there for no reason.
It was supposed to be a double letter.
But then the T was also an H. The two T's were an H.
So
that
there
got
was
separated.
only one
tried to
double letter,
cross
and it
only
was
one.
suit.
It was LT, and they tried to cross only one, but the cross went through both vertical lines.
Yeah. Is this the worst bit we've done?
Yeah.
No.
So far this season.
It's pretty good. All right, and we mentioned about reaching out to Seann. Are we at a point where we can reach out to Seann? We've done 3 episodes.
We're pretty close.
I think they need to be posted. He's got to be able to, or we have to send, an audio file,
Yeah,
It
there's
depends on
zero
he can
chance
look
he's
it up.
clicking on an audio file. Somebody says, "Hey, I love your work. I'm watching everything you make.
Sham.
Here's a 1 hour.
Open this video file."
I think we can drop him a link. He can look it up. Maybe ask him kindly to leave a 5-star review, like some of our fans have
As
done,
himself.
but not
Ooh,
all.
that would be cool.
Yeah, he's like, hey, this is Seann William Scott. Just wanted to say 3 stars, okay podcast. I'll take it.
I would honestly, from a literal famous person, I'd take that.
I would take anything. I would give him $17 to do this.
I'd pitch in. I'd pitch another
You throw in?
$17.
Yeah, okay.
I can do that.
$34, Sean. Jace?
Ooh.
Jace?
I could
What do you got?
probably give him a
Make it
can
51.
of Spindrift from my fridge. Ice
Okay,
cold.
retail value about $1.06, I think. So it's $35.06, Sean. If you want to come on and leave us a review, that's all we got for now. Because this podcast is kind of like one of those lost leaders, I think, kind of like Costco, where we kind of put out free stuff at our cost, but eventually, oh yeah.
Eventually, what?
You lost me there.
We're gonna make a ton of money. We're gonna make a ton of money, guys. This is how we hook them in.
Is that why we're doing this? Is that why we've watched 90 movies?
I've watched 90 movies for the money.
For the money that in it.
I've lost hundreds of dollars from rentals.
Yeah, and by the way, we had to pay the rent this freaking movie.
This fucking
Jace.
movie, God, $3. That's a huge rental fee.
I think we need to set up a GBGBs Amazon.
Please.
And when we rent it, we don't each have to pay.
That's not a bad idea.
Because we spent $12 renting this.
Collectively, we spent $12, but Sean got to eat a little lunch today.
Yeah, if it goes to him,
You're welcome.
Yeah, he's getting royalties, and he's like, "What's the deal with all this uptick in funds I have for the past 10 weeks?"
You think that? You think every actor's like, "Whoa"?
I think Keanu's like, "Hey, have you noticed? Have you
I
guys
made
noticed?
$60 over this last 10 weeks."
I've been tipping a little more. This movie's about The Rock, right? This has The Rock as the main character, Sean as a supporting role in this. But
We're
The
going
Rock
straight into the movie?
No, I mean we don't have to go straight in the movie, but I was just kind of thinking about things,
yeah, okay. Yeah.
The concept of the movie is The Rock's doing a rundown. That's not a spoiler. It's in the title, where he's retrieving a target of some type.
It's almost like you're describing the plot of this movie, and that's supposed to be my job.
I'm not describing shit right now. Okay.
I mean, it's already done. It's done.
It's not.
That's
It's not done.
It's a rundown.
There's more to the plot than this. I was gonna ask, how would you guys do a rundown?
Right, if I literally had to go collect Ryan.
Yeah, if you had to collect Ryan.
I think
I would just take a Reuben fucking sandwich and be like, "Get in the car, buddy. Get in the car, buddy." And he'd be like, "Yeah."
Dude, oh my God, on Thursday, I had these deep fried Reuben rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Man, every week you can make up something and I'll have a Reuben story. I've got 2 weeks in a row I've had Reuben stories.
No.
Man, I was at the Swanky event.
Yeah.
And they had these rolls for St. Patty's Day. They were like egg rolls, deep fried, and they cut them in half, and there was sauerkraut and corned
that
beef
sounds
in
good.
there.
Yeah.
And it was drizzled with Thousand Island.
That sounds good. And so maybe we can entice our targets to come to us, I think.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Is for me, I'm not really a physical dude. I don't want to get shot.
Yeah.
I would do a bit. We got to do a Master of Disguise, Austin Powers sort of bit. Yeah. Infiltrate. And then give him the paralyzing fruit.
That would be smart. Kind of do a Bugs Bunny thing where you dress up as a sexy bunny and then just
paint a wall.
Yeah, paint a wall, and then he runs to you and he slams into the wall and a cage drops because of the vibration. I think is really good. Is there any smarter ideas? Maybe what do you think Seann William Scott likes? Is there something you look at his face and you think what is something that is gonna really pull him in?
A whole lot of things flash through my mind. Oh.
Do you think he likes Reubens?
Yeah.
Okay, let me Google.
Yeah.
Seann William Scott has pop rock energy. So like maybe a bag of pop rocks.
Oh, like you think pop rock is going to be enough to kind of pull him? I think so. I think he might think those are fun. I'm going to Google Seann William Scott favorite sandwich real quick. Oh my God, there is a link to this.
What? Don't click, dude. That's scam.
Oh, no.
That's a virus.
Oh, I clicked.
Seann William Scott favoritesandwich.com.
Yeah, I feel like it's a Reuben. I feel like he would like that because he seems like a refined guy.
There's no fucking way Seann William Scott's favorite sandwich is a Reuben.
Why? That's a
It's
normal
a good
sandwich to have a
it's
favorite.
Tons of people like it. Do you not like Reubens?
Tons
Jace?
of people that should have lived 400 years ago when we didn't have refrigerators and could only pickle things. I'm sorry we live in the 21st century.
Okay, we got to think of one better idea than entice him with a Reuben sandwich.
I mean, maybe
Saying like just a cool skateboard park.
A cool skateboard park. There we go.
Yeah, cool skateboard park. Because like there's a skateboard park that just got built in my town.
Yeah.
And I've never went, but like maybe there's a sign that says like, "Hey, we'll provide the skateboards. You don't have to go buy this is a big sign. It says, "Hey, we'll provide the skateboards. You don't have to go buy one. Don't worry about that. You can just come skate here." Because like ice rinks, they have the skates.
Right.
Skateboard parks don't.
You bring your own. It's BYOS, and then I think we can have like a half pipe, and then he's ripping on the half pipe, and then on one of the ends we move a net, and then he goes straight into it, and we cash him.
That's good. Or what if he's scared? What if he's scared of going on the half pipe? We put on the other side a Reuben sandwich.
Okay.
And he drops in to get.
He has to
get enough momentum to go get the Reuben.
Okay, we're back to the Reuben again, though, Ryan. This was
hungry.
This was the problem. We can't keep reintroducing it. Maybe a box and a stick.
Beach
with a Reuben underneath it.
And put the Reuben. Okay, we're back to the Reuben. Okay, just scrap this. Scrap this whole idea. Ryan, do you got another one?
Yeah, beach volleyball, and we do free beach volleyball photo session.
Oh, you saw him in this movie. We could have our shirts off and we'd be like, "Hey, pop
and
that
Jace
top champ and come spike a ball."
Yeah,
and
Jace is there. We've paid people to be like, "Oh my God, that guy getting his photo taken playing beach volleyball right now is so cool." And
So
it's
then
like loudly. They say that loudly.
And then we have a hole with a tarp over
it's
it
full
with
of
some
it's fake
sand on top of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Jace, we're
there's a
going there.
Reuben in the bottom of the hole.
So he's fed, so he doesn't starve while he's down there. And then we can pull him out. Okay, I think these are some good ideas. Can we pitch a sequel to this movie?
Yeah, Red Notice.
I really wish there was a sequel.
Yeah, Red Notice. Jace, you mentioned Red Notice earlier. Is it the same plot?
A treasure heist movie with The Rock.
Yeah.
Seann William Scott was, sick that weekend, so they backfilled with Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot.
So can we talk about The Rock for a minute?
Okay, please.
Because I didn't know this was The Rock's only like his second big role. Because he had the Scorpion King, which everybody is maligned and like, hey, that was terrible.
That movie rules, okay?
Right, but the CGI was terrible and everything like that. He looked like a seasoned Hollywood star in this movie. And looking at those two, knowing that like Seann William Scott is the more seasoned actor, it kind of adds an interesting dynamic to it because Seann William Scott had more range. And he had he had to sell himself a little bit more while The Rock could just be like, "Oh, I'm a badass." But I was really impressed. And you guys definitely don't know this, but for some reason, my Instagram has been recommending WWE content to me for about the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And so I watched this. I don't know. I've never watched a wrestling match in my entire life. I didn't know. I only knew like The Rock and John Cena, and like I knew who the Undertaker's name. But after I'm a little bit read up on wrestling now.
Okay.
And I know there's like
WWE curious.
There's like there's finishing moves and there's signature moves and all this kind of stuff. And I was able to like look at The Rock doing his moves. I was like, oh, that's his move. And this, like, I was really impressed about how well his wrestling translated to this movie. And do you guys have any ideas of what other wrestlers could come out? Because we've got John Cena. We've got Dave Bautista. But, like, I thought that was really interesting because now I understand wrestling. The reason it was an easy transition is because, like, they're all acting. Like, during the wrestling match. They're playing characters.
Yeah,
and
they're characters.
I guess the reason I wrote off wrestling until now, and I actually had this conversation with Julie this morning, but, like, I was like, God, it's fake. don't the people watching know it's fake?
Just like Survivor.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They know it's fake, but that's like saying I don't want to watch a movie. Everything in that's fake.
Yeah,
right?
it's theater.
It's basically it's live. It's basically like a live action movie.
I know. It's like those lumberjack shows you watch at like the state fair. It's like
as soon as that clicked, that like the fans know and they just are there to see cool stunts. Then I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah. So I watched like a top 20 rock moments on YouTube.
Nice. Yeah.
So I'm fully pumped. I'm excited. I think more wrestlers need to get into it because it's kind of cool to see.
Get more wrestlers into acting is what you're saying.
I would like that.
I'm tired of these freaking Hollywood A-listers living in their mansions, sipping mimosas and all this stuff. Get them freaking wrestlers out there. Those guys are cool.
Get them a better job, too, because WWE does not take care of their own. Vince McMahon is a piece of shit. And
we're not going there.
Yeah, I would like it for them to just have a chance at the big screen, be able to do their cool ass stunts, maybe in a safe environment.
Right.
But like if there's an established plot line, like when you're watching sports or you're watching like a boxing match, like the best thing you're going to get is like, oh, Jake Paul's a real jerk. Don't you want to see him get punched? But this is like, oh, but this guy slept with his wife and he was like kidnapped by aliens and then he murdered his brother.
Right. It's like Twin Peaks, but at the end of every episode, there's a wrestling match.
It's a really good sport, guys. And maybe we can have a wrestling season where we just review
I think we should watch
fights.
wrestling movies. Wrestling, like actors who were wrestlers.
The Wrestler and...
Okay, I'm going to see if there's 10 movies and I might pitch that.
So is it fair to say that neither of you have like an old school 90s era favorite wrestler?
No, not at all. I've never seen a single match at all.
I've watched a few, but I think I did like The Rock growing up. I mean, he was in movies, I think, back then too, and I just thought he was cool. I like the t-shirts with him on it.
I don't know if we've talked about this, but I would specifically say, and I doubt anybody out there that listens to us was a fan, but okay. I watched, vividly remember as a child in my basement in Alaska watching it was a tag team match where Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty were teamed up. And I don't know, that's stuck with me forever because Scotty 2 Hotty was this buff dude with the bleached spiked up hair, and my brother liked him at the time. And I was like, yeah! I think I copied that hairstyle for a while.
That's a good look.
Because of him.
He has a shirt that says "Beware of the Worm," and it says wormsworld.com. Wait, what the fuck? What is he talking about?
What? Hold on.
This guy's insane.
This is not what I thought. Beware of the worm. That's his Wikipedia, his Wikipedia photo.
I love the concept of tag teaming too in sports. I feel like that should be more of a thing. Why don't we have tag teaming in UFC, even in football, where you can just you're running with the ball and someone's like, tag me, on the sidelines, and you tag him in, and then he jumps in, fresh runner.
Yeah.
Or a quarterback has a ball and they're all coming at him, and then he tags another quarterback in. They tackle that guy. Oop, he got tagged back. That could be a sick move.
I think the thing I like about wrestling is the refs just don't give a fuck about all the blatant rule violations because it's obviously written into it. But
the refs are blind. They can't see the chairs.
No, my favorite thing is when someone distracts the ref and then someone does something illegal behind his back. And I think that in the other sports, you're right. That would be so funny. Tag teaming in a different guy or yeah.
That'd be really funny to distract a football ref and then do an extra touchdown, just run across the line twice.
Right.
And the thing clicks and the fans are come on,
guys, we're kind of reinventing the Harlem Globetrotters here.
I think the president should have a tag team just for security. Have a tag team president where he's giving a speech and maybe he's it's not going so well. He tags a new guy in.
That's what they do when they get his physical. Biden tag team in the vice president the other day because he got his colonoscopy.
Oh! I thouh you meant
yeah.
I thought you meant they tag team a healthier guy to get a physical.
Not doing too hot this one.
But it's in a situation where it's dangerous, they can quickly tag team between each other. So the gunman he's oh, which one do? And he keeps pointing, and then Secret Service can tackle him because he's distracted.
Yeah, flawless.
I think it's smart.
Have we talked about wrestling for too long?
I mean, I think so.
It's really cutting into our improv time.
I'm just looking at pictures of Scotty 2 Hotty.
Okay, let's squeeze in some improv real quick.
Okay, the scene is
Yeah.
Jake, a stressed out office worker, Maya, a cheerful barista.
Okay.
The location is a lighthouse.
Okay.
Okay, and the word is finale.
Okay. Who's in? Is it me and Ryan?
Hello, I'm from the lighthouse.
Wait, I forgot the.
I'm the barista.
Oh, okay. The office work is the other one. Okay. Fuck.
Do you
which
want
way?
coffee? This is going well.
Yes, please. I would love a coffee. Thank you for offering. I'm just trying to figure out why we're both booked for this Airbnb. Like, I wanted to rent out a lighthouse for the weekend.
Sir, this is a Starbucks.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
See all these customers?
I guess I do. I thought this was an Airbnb. That's why I walked in here. But okay, that's okay.
Does your left arm hurt? Are you having a stroke?
It does hurt, but I don't think that's related. So yeah, what do you guys have? What do you guys have here?
Almonds.
Yeah, just give me some almonds. And what else? What else you got? You guys sell anything else here at the Lighthouse Starbucks?
Seawater.
Yeah.
I actually don't work here.
You don't work here?
No.
I'm
a bounty hunter.
Oh, you're a bounty hunter? Okay.
I'm running someone down.
This is taking a turn. Okay. Well, maybe I can help you out here. Now that I'm here, obviously, and we've already established a relationship. Who are you hunting down?
Someone named Seann William Scott.
Oh, like the actor from American Pie? Yeah.
Have you seen him recently?
I feel like I'd recognize him.
Sure, sir. Here are your almonds.
Wait, what was the word, Chase?
Finale.
Okay. Wait, is that him over there? Did he just order a cup of almonds?
Where?
I think that's your guy. That's your guy. Okay.
Guy?
All right.
Oh, maybe I should just check the name on the cup.
Okay. Yeah. Look at the name.
Okay, it says Seann with one N.
That's not him.
William Scott. That's not him? It sounds the same.
No, it's got two N's. It needs to have two N's. No, that's definitely not him. No. Because he would have told the barista. Yeah. No, let's forget it.
Has the skit ended yet?
No, we gotta say the word.
Finale.
You can't just fucking A. Okay, that was great. That was a great scene we did.
I didn't know we were doing improv, and then Jace just sprung it on us.
We're a little rusty on it.
The best way to get you into it, Ryan, is to...
That skit was about 3 minutes too long.
Oh, I can edit it. Jace, give us another improv, I think.
Okay.
I want to read you. I want to do another one, Ryan.
Character 1 is a shy, introverted bookworm.
Okay.
Character 2 is a worm in a book. You're in a park, and the word is serendipity.
What the fuck?
Hey.
Well, hello? Hey.
Hey, have you seen this man? And I hold up a photo.
Okay.
And I hold up a photo of Seann William Scott.
Sorry, are you a worm?
Yeah, I'm a bounty hunter.
Oh my God. Okay. Listen, I'm just trying to read War and Peace on my day off. I don't know if I have.
This is the war section.
So did you ruin my book? Like, is there a whole, I got this from the library.
I ate some and then I pooped in it.
Huh. Okay. Yeah.
But
so
hey.
Okay.
Can you help me find this guy?
I only have 30 minutes for lunch.
Does he go to? Do you think he goes to the library? You could return me to the library.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably. I'm gonna do that eventually. Like I think I got this loan for like 2 weeks, and I can probably drop you off. Why are you looking for this guy, little guy?
He owes me a 4-wheeler.
He owes you a four-wheeler.
Yeah.
Like the vehicle? Can you even
stole
use
my 4-wheeler?
You don't even have arms, like my dude. You can't even.
That's
like,
real
steer
fucking
that.
ableist of you.
Okay,
dipshit.
okay, yeah, all right. I'm sorry. I could help you find this guy. What are you gonna do when you find him?
I'm gonna ask him for another Yamaha.
Okay, all right. Let's go. I'm gonna pick you up here. All right, let's walk over. Hey, this guy looks like Seann William Scott. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Hey, first of all, big fan, huge fan.
Thank you.
I have
of
this
my
book.
plays.
You have plays?
Then why are you a fan?
Listen,
I'm
okay, that's
this
fine.
beloved theater actor, Seann William Scott, with one N.
Okay, sorry, Worm. Is this the guy? Is this the guy you've been talking about?
My guy's got 2 N's.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, sir. This is a huge mistake. I'm so sorry.
Carry on.
All right, let's keep walking. Okay, so, I think this guy's him. Okay, sir. Excuse me.
Oh yeah. Can you smell what the Rock is cooking.
I think this is Seann William Scott. Worm, is this the guy?
Yeah, that's him. Get him.
Oh, let's get him. Sir, I think you owe my worm some money.
No way, man.
Listen, just you need to cough up the four-wheeler. I think this
You think
worm,
I'm Seann William Scott?
I didn't even say the name of the person that I'm looking
That's totally
for.
serendipitous. We were in the
really...
rundown together.
Okay.
When you said, "Hey, man," did you want me to do another character, or did you want Jace to do it?
I was kind of expecting Jace to jump in, but it was funnier that you jumped in.
So
nice work on your feet.
Afterwards, because
I didn't have
usually
time
it's
to
just two
process
people.
one, and then
No,
you hit it, and I was like,
no, right.
here
That
we
was
go.
good that you were thinking on your feet. That's good.
Finally,
Okay.
because I
Jace,
didn't think of a new scenario between those two different things.
It's a redo. Okay. Jace, what were you using for your prompts?
OpenAI, ChatGPT.
Okay,
Oh,
you could just be the prompts guy if you want to work yourself into a scene. Do you want to do one with me or Ryan?
Either, really.
Please, not me.
Okay, I'll do it. You can do it with me. Do it with me.
Yeah. So we've got a grumpy retiree who loves to fish.
Okay.
We've got an optimistic art student who loves to paint. The location is a bustling city street, and the word is umbrella.
Okay, that was a lot of things to remember. All right.
Actually,
Wow, what a scene.
Oh,
Sir, are you okay?
where's my fishing pole?
Okay. Listen, sir, you're in the middle of a city right now. I don't know if there's a boat nearby.
No, I'm walking to the lake.
Oh, that's weird. There is a lake here. Okay. You know what? I'll come with you. I'm kind of worried about where this is gonna go. So, what do you do for a living?
Oh, nothing. I'm retired.
You do nothing? Okay.
1 second. Let me
Yep.
hit the sidewalks. Okay. I hit the button. We can walk across the street
for
now.
the crosswalk. Okay. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Well, I'm a painter, and I love painting nature scenes. So maybe we can go to this lake together, and I can maybe paint you, doing whatever you do over there.
You want to paint me fishing?
Yeah, you bet.
Oh, wow.
I need a good subject. I saw you, and I feel like this will be good.
I killed a man one time.
Excuse me.
What? Nothing. Anyway.
Yeah, is this like one of those grandpa things where you confess something under your breath, and I'm supposed to go along with it? Because listen, I've had 2 grandpas ago, and I don't think I'm gonna pass this one up. You said you killed a guy once. Oh, I think Crosswalk says go. We should go. I think it's got 20 seconds.
I'm fishing for bass today.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep walking. Let's keep the
They
pace
like
up.
to eat corn. I can't eat corn anymore.
Yeah. How come?
My dentures don't allow it.
Okay. Yeah. So, but like earlier, you did mention like a guy you killed.
Yes.
What was his name?
I don't know his name.
Okay. So, was it just a random killing? Okay, we made it across. I guess I'll still go to that lake with you.
Oh, that was a pretty long crosswalk. Sorry, just getting my bearings.
Yeah. So, you killed just a random guy? Like, when was this?
Last week, I hit him with my car. That's why I'm not driving to the lake. Oh, I forgot my umbrella.
What was the word? What was the word?
It was umbrella. It was
He said umbrella.
All I can think about was how like old people in hospitals tell nurses to like kill somebody, and I had to say it.
Okay, that was good. Okay, Jace, do another one with Ryan, and then I think we'll be exercised up.
Okay. Let me.
This is good for folks at home. This is what we do every couple episodes. It's called Improv. We're trying to form an improv troupe if this podcast thing doesn't work out, and we just trying to keep our skills sharp. We decided to carve out a little bit of podcast time. We do like 1 or 2 episodes a season where we do this, all right? Probably should have said that at the beginning of this, otherwise they'd be really confused. So Jace and Ryan are going in the ring.
Oof, yeah,
but they're not fighting each other. They're working together. Because again,
The real professionals.
We have to point this out every time. The improv is not...
is a contest.
No, it is not a contest. It is not two people trying to fuck each other over in a scene.
We have two characters. One is a stressed out college student studying for exams. We've all been there. And we've got a laid back surfer who just finished catching some waves. The location is an airport terminal.
Okay.
And the word is eclectic.
I feel like we've had that word before.
Yeah. We could also do backpack or sunset.
Do backpack.
Backpack is good.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Hello. I'm wondering, how do I get to the local college?
I'm just passing through. I'm coming from Nazareth.
Wow. Where is that? Is that near the local college? It's the only place I'm interested in.
I think there's a college there. Yeah, it's like in Portugal. It's like where the big 80-foot waves are.
No, I'm talking about the place we're at. I have arrived on the aeroplane. And
I came on an airplane too.
Yeah. So is this a connecting flight situation?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're totally inland.
So
no
I can drop
waves
the
here.
act. You're not from around here?
No, you're not from around here either.
No. Okay. Okay. No, I am. I said I'm
well,
from around.
That's kind of wild because airports, like many people probably wouldn't be from around there.
Right. Okay. So we're going to switch. Okay. If you can stay with me a little bit. See how my voice has changed. I'm not that person. I was putting on a little thing.
See how my voice has changed?
Yeah, because I just saw you take a hit. I work at the airport. Okay.
Yeah.
See, here's my badge.
All
Yeah,
right.
you can't have that stuff that you have. We saw you come in. We were gonna see if you went through security with it. Inside your
Yeah.
surfboard. Does any of this ring a bell?
Inside the surfboard. No.
Okay. Gosh. All right. Okay. These are always the worst. Did you bring anything with you to the airport today that you don't currently have with you?
Okay. Well, I got my thongs.
Flip flops. Okay.
They're on my feet. All right.
Yeah,
I've got,
I can see it. No, anything that's not with you. Do you understand?
I'm missing my.
Something big?
Hey, level with me.
Okay.
I just realized that I don't have my undies.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not what I'm talking about. These are related. Hey,
How did you
maybe these
know?
are related. Did you perhaps leave an 8-foot-long surfboard in the men's bathroom?
Well, I can't carry it here.
No, it's in the bathroom.
Okay.
Did you go to the bathroom and leave your underwear? Maybe I don't know what happened to your underwear. But did you not bring were you the man who brought the surfboard through?
I brought my surfboard through. Yeah.
Okay. Do you currently have it with you? Can you point it out?
No.
Okay.
I'm storing it in the bathroom.
Oh my God. Okay. That's great.
Yeah.
Would you mind coming with me to go take a look at it? Because we cut it open.
You cut open my surfboard?
Sort of. It was already kind of cut open.
Somebody cut open my surfboard?
Oh my God. When you came, was it not cut open when you brought it to the airport?
No.
Okay. We found 40 pounds of marijuana inside that surfboard.
Well, great for flotation. I was never going to smoke it.
Sir, I'm going to
I
look
only
at your
smoke
back.
the weed I have in my backpack. Shit.
Oh, that was good. That wasn't a lot of improv. We could do another round.
No, I think we're okay. That was a good one, Jace. We went for a while. We had a real rapport going.
Yeah, you guys are building a character.
I don't mid through that, I could tell I was losing my accent, and I was like, okay, we're switching to someone else.
Just dump it.
Oh, I can be the same person.
You do have a general theme of ditching the commitment you have to your first character.
But then he finds a new one that works.
Yeah.
You know,
Which has really come through for the bit, and I love it. Because you seem to become a bounty hunter.
That's a great way. It's a great way to give me a positive note. See, that's what we call a positive spin. You take a negative.
Michael Scott when he's doing improv, where every time he pulls out a gun, he's like, "Get on the ground," and then the guy tries to build off. He's like, "Shut up! Get on the ground."
Where's Seann William Scott?
Okay, all right, fine. We that's it for improv for this episode. And maybe we'll do another episode, and maybe when we have a guest, we'll make them do improv too.
Yeah, that's always the best. To future guests, if you're listening to this, I'm about what's the opposite of a fan? Detractor.
Not
I'm
enemy?
possibly the world's greatest detractor of improv. I hate it.
What?
I really
You don't
do
like-
not.
You
I really
smashed
do
those
not
rounds.
I really do
Especially
not
the
like
first
doing
one.
it. I don't like doing it. Yeah. So don't worry. It just kind of gets sprung on you, and it's not so
Right.
bad.
Because of our improv sessions, you're probably like in the top like percentile, I think, of just the average person of being
I
able
hate
to
that
do
about
improv
myself.
in the moment. You know, it's like if your office was like, hey, we're gonna do like an improv coach night, let's keep it going. You're probably gonna be leading the pack in that thing. Like, damn, Ryan does improv? Like, holy
No,
shit. Like
I'm not letting them know. If anything, I would say, yeah, this is my first time doing it, and I'm just going off the cuff.
And you're a natty, dude. We've gotten hours and hours of experience live on air. And I'm trying to go through our backlog of episodes and just mark the episodes where we've done improv just to see how much we've improved. And it's not much, but it's great.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, does Joe? We gotta flag this episode to give
Yeah.
to Joe for some more coaching.
Well, we'll have him back on the show and have him give us a critique. Should we get into this movie?
I think so. We're about 55 minutes in.
Wow, we
Not
did
for
it.
the
We talked
listener.
about it, kinda, and then we did some improv, and now we're gonna talk about it again.
Jace, this was your pick this week.
was.
I believe that's your time to do the synopsis and maybe talk about why you
Yes.
picked it. What do you think?
Yeah, so the chose this movie, Seann William Scott season. We've had quite a few discussions around the fact that he's either going to be like a duo in the lead or kind of like second, third build. This is kind of classically that movie, but The Rundown is a movie that I watched a lot. It's a 2003 release. I watched it a lot. And The Rock, being the main character, plays a bounty hunter, so to speak, someone who does collection services. So he's indebted to this maybe powerful gangster type character, and he wants to raise enough money to get out of debt and then start his own restaurant. And the guy who pays him, total a-hole, is like, hey, go down to Brazil, collect my son. I'll give you $250K. We're squared up. You can be done. And that's really where the movie kicks off. The Rock goes down to Brazil to look for Seann William Scott's character, who is a treasure hunting college dropout looking for El Gato. It's in Brazilian, so it's not Del Diablo. It's like...
I think it's Portuguese, right?
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
that
Why did I say
yeah.
Brazilian? Damn it. God damn it. Already a flub. It's in
I'll edit in
Portuguese,
post.
the language that they speak in Brazil. And then, they're kind of at odds with Christopher Walken's character, Hatcher, who
Hatcher.
is a giant piece of shit and runs a gold mine in the town in Brazil, in the rainforest they're in. And,
Hijinks ensue.
hijinks action.
Oh, they ensue. They ensue, all right.
Little bit of thunder, little bit of lightning.
Yeah, this is the opening entry, I think, in the Jungle series for The Rock, where he's he's like a sweaty, ripped dude, like gallivanting through the jungle.
Oh yeah, he has hair that
Yeah.
should be noted in the I feel the very beginning of the synopsis. I don't know, The Rock has hair. I didn't expect that.
Right.
Threw me
This
off.
was
I didn't know
his-
who he was for 45 minutes. And then until he did the
Okay,
rock
thank
bottom
you.
on that dude.
Yeah. Thank you, right. I didn't know it was The Rock either. I forget that he had long, beautiful hair in his WWE time and when he was in Scorpion King. And it's also weird to see him about like a quarter of the size he is right now. Like he looks like the Rock's like younger cousin in this.
It's interesting too, yeah. And he's even like there's the other people who are the football players who are supposed to be, bigger than him, and they are
Yeah.
bigger than him.
Right.
But in a modern movie, that's not going to be the case. The Rock's going to be the biggest dude.
The Rock is huge. I think he got about a foot taller too somehow. Like this.
No, he just hangs
insane.
out with Mark Wahlberg a lot.
Yeah, it's just I saw that this movie opened number 1 in the box office.
Really? Let's
go.
Despite being kind of a box office flop, I don't think they actually broke even on this one. I think it was like the budget of 85, and I think it made 80 million in the box office. Opened number 1 this weekend. Can you guys guess number 2? I'm gonna drop a hint because it's
What's
not
the date?
obvious. Okay, this is September 26th, 2003. All right.
Okay, hint.
Okay, the one in second place. This was also opening at number 1. It is about a vacation to Italy. It's based on a book.
Hillary Duff goes to
No,
Italy
it's
or
not
something.
that, but you're close because it's a Disney movie. All right,
Sisterhood of the Traveling Italy
Rat race or
Parents.
something.
I'll give you another hint.
My big fat Italian wedding.
Okay. It's I think wasn't it that Greek wedding or was there
Yeah,
a
that
single
was
He's
the
making a
joke.
He's
Okay,
making a
okay.
joke.
All right.
God,
It's funnier. It's funnier when you do that.
whoosh.
Do you remember the aliens that attacked Luke Skywalker? Again, they're not aliens because they lived at the planet, but like bad. This is started sounding bad. Okay. Do you remember when
Sand?
Luke Skywalker got attacked by a
Sand
certain
people? The Tuscan Raiders?
Okay. They're called Tusken Raiders, okay? That's a huge hint of what this movie is called.
Trip to
Tusken
Tuscany.
Raiders 2, Electric Boogaloo.
It's a
Disney,
famous book.
Tuscany Nights. Ooh.
Okay.
Tuscadega Nights.
Yes, the Ballad
that's
of...
what it is. That's what it is. It's what the Tusken Raiders are playing NASCAR. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll give you another word that's in the title, okay? So Luke Skywalker is the blank of Darth Vader.
Hero. The son.
Son
Yes.
of Tuscany.
Son of Tuscany man.
Tuscany's
The
son.
Mask of Zorro.
You guys still don't know the
Tuscany
fucking movie?
I have no idea what movie this is.
Tusken Raiders.
Okay, fine. All right. In Star Wars Episode 6, like Jabba
Which one is that?
Father of the Tusken
The third one.
Raiders.
Okay, Jabba has a Rancor
Yes, Pit.
blank him.
Eat
Below
son
him.
Tuscany.
Where is the
It's
Rancor
below
in
him.
relation to Jabba?
Below Tuscan sun.
Tuscany's son.
Under the Tuscan sun?
Yes, it's under the Tuscan Sun. Jesus Christ.
I've never heard of that
What is
before.
that? Yeah, what legit?
You've never
This is
heard-
like last week with the Swordfish movie that I've never heard of.
It was it's a famous book about an Italian villa in Tuscany, and it's the reason why Tuscany is getting engorged with tourists for the past 20 years. Okay, last one. Okay, this one you guys will probably get. This is the second weekend for this. It's number 3. This was a huge movie. This was an action horror movie in 2003.
Action horror.
This has one of the words in the previous title. It's the Jabba one where Rancor is compared to Jabba.
Tuscan Slasher Man.
There's no Tusken in this one, though. I can assure you that. Where was the Rancor in relation to Jabba? Yes. Okay.
You said it was a slasher?
No, it's like a horror action movie with Evanescence in it.
Down under.
You're very close.
Kangaroo Jack.
No, okay. Get rid of
That's
the.
not a knife. This is a knife.
Crocodile Dundee
No,
Down
no,
Under.
you're still okay. That I guess that would be close, but no, it's not. Just get rid of Australia. All right, in your
Under
head.
the Sea? Sebastian's
No.
Revenge?
No, this is a big movie.
TH Underdome.
What?
Thunderdome.
Thunder,
Yeah,
no,
Mad
it's
Max
not the Thunder.
4.
No. Okay. I'll give you another hint. All right.
We're usually really good at these.
All right.
I think the 2001 to 2003 is a blind spot for us.
Think about Tatooine to Luke Skywalker is his
Desert.
Home.
it's his home, but it's
Down
also
home.
like his
Home under the range.
it's the planet
Where
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 lives
the
on.
beer and the
antelopes.
cauliflower
Rain.
stage.
Okay.
Where he dies? No, he doesn't die
no,
there.
what it's
Born.
his
Born under
it's his whole Tatooine
House.
is his whole
Planet under.
House.
It's like planet.
Under Earth.
Earth. Under the
Underground.
earth. Underground.
It has
man.
fucking vampires in it.
Under the covers of night.
That
Ooh,
what you
that
didn't
would be
get it
good.
under the covers. Yeah, I guess that's a good title. You guys still don't get it
Un-
after I've told you
cover-
it's a vampire movie.
Cover.
Under fuck.
Dracula.
Wait. With Evanescence. With Is it
Yeah.
like a lot of latex in this movie?
Yep.
Oh, Blade.
No, you're so close.
Fuck.
Blade 2.
It's got Kate Beckinsale in
Is
it.
it
I
Blade
know.
sequel?
I know. I don't know them.
Underworld.
Yeah, it's
Under- yeah.
Underworld. Jesus.
Shit.
It's like pulling fucking teeth over here.
To be
spoon-feeding.
fair, Ryan is the only one that's good at this game, and these are all movies from
I've
when
never
I was
seen
like
Underworld.
more concerned about throwing rocks at people.
Okay.
You know,
Go out to the street and say, hey,
Yeah.
name the week Under the Tuscan Sun came out.
they're like,
I just-
1 week before
Same
the
week.
rundown.
Underworld.
Underworld's a huge movie, and we would definitely watch that for a vampire season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's get into the actual meat of the movie itself. Like you said, the premise, you have Seann William Scott as the son of a mobster. This is an interesting dynamic because you have him playing as kind of like the goofy one, and The Rock is kind of like the straight man, right? It's kind of like that dynamic that I think defines a lot of The Rock's career. Because I feel like he's kind of doing that with Kevin Hart right now, where Kevin Hart's kind of playing like the smaller, zanier guy. But it's interesting to see the prototype of that dynamic at this point. I think this is The Rock's second movie, and he's still still billed as The Rock.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I also was surprised at how well this movie worked. The 1-2 bit was really good because they both were set up as competent people. And especially like Seann William Scott, he was there to like be an adventurer and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I liked that it wasn't just some guy dragged along for the ride. And interestingly enough, some of like the other buddy movies have literally been called things like Ride Along.
Right.
And this was like two people who have different competencies and different goals. And actually, in a way, like their goals are exactly opposite each other. And I liked that. It was kind of just like they were both thrown in the same mix.
Yeah, I felt like they had a fun dynamic in that they were both push and pull forces. Like you can tell Seann William Scott is when he's captured by The Rock, he's like still trying to outsmart him, and it's still kind of working. And I feel like they have a lot of funny chemistry together. I think this is where we kind of see that The Rock is like kind of a charming leading guy. Because at first I thought he was like a little stoic, but then he has these moments where he's kind of showing a lot of personality and like doing quips. You kind of see it start to work. And then, as soon as Sean, I think, shows up, it immediately, like, I think elevates the movie for me. Mm-hmm. I think his first scene was really funny, too, where he, like, brings those flowers in, and he's just like, you need the fucking boat, don't you?
I think it was interesting that he, in that first scene, even when The Rock was like, what is this, maybe the second scene, he's like, The Rock's like, option A, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Right.
Or no, option A is like, you can go peacefully, and option B is like the exact opposite. And Sean kept saying, what about option C? What about option C? And you thought he was just, it was a lot easier for them to go in a direction where like, oh, I'm scared. Well, there must be an option C. Yeah. And instead, he went like the cocky route, like, well, I'm going to choose option C. And that I liked a lot better than I think what other movies do more commonly.
Yeah, they didn't do the obvious route. Sean squares up to The Rock, like, immediately, throws a drink at his face, like, immediately tries to fight him. I think he tried to fight him, like, 4 times in this movie.
Multiple
and I was
times.
like, that is big Sean energy, because I feel like one of his traits is that he's overconfident, overzealous, where he's like, I'm not going to back down. I know I bring the heat. And that's what he was doing in this movie, which I think was really fun against The Rock.
And I really liked how it tied up at the end with them do it one final time right before the credits roll. And he's like, no, I'm just playing with you.
You know what? I think he could win. I think he could win 1 out of maybe 10 times.
He would get the people's elbow so fast.
1 out of 100, maybe.
Yeah, I think there is a reality where he wins sometimes.
Give him a board with some nails sticking out of it.
Yeah.
And maybe he gets 1 out of 50.
To be clear, he did at one point, I think he wins situationally, but his cockiness ended up losing him. We get a scene in the jungle where Seann William Scott has to pee, and The Rock gets pulled up by a pig trap and is hanging. Yeah. And then Seann William Scott is almost free before he decides he wants to fuck with The Rock and be like, is this your diary? Oh, yeah. And this was actually the joke I wanted to talk about. He opens his diary up and reads a recipe, and he makes like the deepest cut ever, where I guess there's this famous chef whose name is like Wolfgang Puck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, looks like your Wolfgang stuck. And I was like, what in the fuck?
Oh, that's good.
I was like, what is that even?
That's a good joke.
I was like, is anyone gonna get that?
That's really good.
But then, Travis, Swiss's character, gets stuck in a trap too, and then there's a monkey humping scene.
There's something for everybody.
I was rolling.
Yeah, I do. That wasn't a real monkey too. That was like a prosthetic.
No, that was a real monkey.
Real monkey humped the Rock.
They trained him
to hump The Rock's face. I mean, that whole sequence too, like where Seann William Scott's like, I have to pee, and he's handcuffed, and he's convincing The Rock to unzip him, but then he's like trying to like pull his junk out while like bouncing up and down.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be like a bit where he was going to turn around and like, have The Rock like try and do it for him, because it reminds me of the old Edward 40 Hands debacle where we were playing Edward 40 Hands and a couple people showed up in jeans. They didn't preemptively put sweatpants on.
So when you duct tape those beers to your hand, because I've never done this, but I've seen it, I think.
You're not allowed to take them off until you're finished. And if they're like,
it's hard to undo zippers. You can push your sweatpants down, but you can't undo zippers. And so I've unzipped someone.
Yeah. I mean, it's a moment of trust. But like when Sean was like, oh, I got it. And then like he never re-zips himself. So I like the idea that canonically his dick's out like for most of the movie after that. Because like they never show.
Well, it's pretty easy to get it back in, because it's like one hit back movement. Yeah,
what was that move? Is he pushing it against a tree to put it
no,
back
no,
in?
No, no,
Like,
I'm saying if you're
easy.
literally just standing up and you push your hips back.
Oh,
your weenie's gonna get back into your pants. Yeah,
I see. I see. Okay, I was wondering about that, and then that was also in one of the movie goofs, and the goofs was like he doesn't put his dick away. What? like thanks
on
IMDb.
Someone typed that. He's like, I'm gonna catch this movie. They didn't
there
think
wasn't
about
a rezip.
this.
There wasn't a rezip.
Think about being the script supervisor on this movie.
Yeah.
Tapping the director on the shoulder. Excuse me. He needs to put his penis away.
Otherwise, the fans are going to think it's still out. And they did. All right. Thanks a lot, John, whatever your name. I don't know what the director's name. Didn't he make a lot of
Peter Berg.
John Berg?
Peter Berg, I think.
Peter Berg is the king of dadcore.
Yeah.
Like I was actually honestly worried when I like saw somebody mention the name, and I was like, I have no idea who Peter Berg is. So I Googled Peter Berg and saw the list of movies that he's directed and was like, is this gonna be problematic?
And the answer is a little bit, but it's the Peter Berg, this dude, Patriots Day, Deepwater Horizon, Lone Survivor, Battleship, like these are dad core bangers here. Mm-hmm. Like we're deep in the cut. I think this is dadcore, like straight up. Like, what do you guys think?
I don't know. The cast is a little young.
It is, but I think dads really like The Rock, and like I think there's enough action set pieces in here that I think they're gonna show up for this.
So like you might hate me for saying this,
okay.
But and I mean tonally a little bit different, but this movie kind of feels like John Wick. Like
I kind of get what you're saying.
I don't think John Wick is like dadcore. But
I think it's dadcore.
I don't.
John Wick. Dads love John Wick. Are you shitting me?
Just because dads love it does not make it dadcore. We have talked about this a million times.
Okay, so I feel like maybe. So I guess this movie, obviously, action comedy, but like what the tone that it elicits from me is like, we get a dance club fight scene that reminds me of the Daredevil or John Wick. And then we get a lot of maybe I get the dad portion of it from the buddy comedy, but at the same time, it's not hitting the notes for it is hitting a lot of the notes for the dad core. The Rock walks away from an explosion.
Yeah.
There's a crazy kung fu fight scene with like some capoeira and like people swinging off the treetops.
That's not what I associate with dadcore. There's no like history element to the MacGuffin here.
That's true.
The bad guy is an old white man who looks like the dads who should be liking the movie.
I'm trying to think about in this movie, there was a lot of The Rock being like, I just do what I do and that's it. Just get the job done. And I feel like Dad's like, yeah, he just does what he does. Yeah. And he's like, no breaks.
Right. But I think in a dad court, Seann William Scott would be reduced to a Steve Zahn. Where the guy, like what we were saying, the easy choice was to have the person he's retrieving, be a dumb, useless nerd. Not be a Stanford dropout because he didn't fit in at Stanford. Be the actual Stanford PhD student that Seann William Scott pretends to be.
Like a Point Dexter.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Steve Zahn does, right? He has like one or two good moments in Sahara. But other than that, he's kind of just the research analyst tag-along character. And I think in this, Seann William Scott was too cool.
Maybe, but you drop a dad in front of this movie. How are they going to react? I think they're going to be clapping their hands.
A lot of dads like Schindler's List, but let's not throw that into dadcore.
We could revisit. I do want to talk about the action sequences in this movie. They're fucking wild. I feel like seems like a meta-human movie where this is a world where superpowers exist, right? The Rock is he's a meta-human. He has superhuman agility and senses.
He literally like swims through the air in a scene. Like a portion of them filming the scene from him jumping from one building to another is him moving his arms in a swimming motion and gaining a little bit of extra momentum.
Yeah, he crashes through like 2 feet of concrete at the end of one of these jumps. And then there's one cut where he finishes like a triple axle jump takedown and then kicks another guy, and it's insane. And there's like a whip guy. Like this insane whip guy in this movie who like whips a table in half and snipes another dude from like 100 feet away. This is like an amazing superhero movie. I think it's just been normalized. Like there's no like vigilantes.
I think that's why the budget was $85 million, is because they had to get all those wires out into the jungle. Yes. I was really surprised to hear or to see the wire work in this, because mostly these movies try to shoot for realism, and I liked the action so much in this because it was like, hey, don't worry about realism.
Yeah.
He's gonna get kicked and he's gonna go flying into the trees like he just got punched by a Superman.
I kind of like that too, Ryan. Like, I think it's just because we're coming off of an era where all action movies are really gritty and realistic. So going back to this, where, The Rock is kicking a guy and he's like smashing through 2 tables, like that's really entertaining to watch all of a sudden.
Kind of the point of wrestling. Oh man, I'm going there.
Yeah.
One of the best tropes in wrestling is you have one guy who's knocked down and one guy who's up and he's gloating and he's egging the crowd on, and maybe he jumps off the ropes a couple times to like get momentum, and while he's gloating, he doesn't see the guy on the ground gets up. And The Rock does this all the time. The Rock will be laying like fake unconscious, and then he'll get up and rock bottom the other dude. And that's literally the plot of the fights, the big fight scene in this movie, the kung fu fight, is everybody's gloating, and then Rock starts moving, and they're like, oh no, he's not unconscious. And this is after he falls like 60 feet through a bunch of trees.
Dude, the fucking him unconscious and them like playing drums.
Yeah.
Like getting hyped up, like, yeah. And then all of a sudden everyone stops, like, oh?
That's literally like,
that's
the point of the WWE. And I loved it, dude. I really liked that they went that way. What was kind of concerning for me, like, I didn't know if it was on purpose, but I really liked how hectic the scenes were, the action scenes, because they were like, fuck the 180-degree rule. We're just going to put this camera wherever we want. We're going to do aerial shots looking down. We're going to do shots looking up. We're going to do 360 shots in the middle of the scene. And I think they shot more footage, or each one they had was a little bit longer. In the editing room, they just threw them in random order. The eye lines don't match at all. The characters switch sides all the time. It's kind of confusing, but everything's edited with like a really purposeful rhythm. And that's what I like the most. I was digging it. When Jace said this is like John Wick, I thought that's where he was going with, like, the fights are pretty well choreographed.
I think so too. Like, I think they're really well thought out. Another action set piece I wanted to get to was the fall scene, the hot rod like fall scene after they go off the cliff.
Well, you mean Hot Rod's?
I guess Hot Rod took after this. The rundown fall scene.
Did you guys do the math
of how long they were doing it?
I did the math.
Okay, what would you?
Can I get your guess about two things?
Yeah.
How long the falling scene in this movie was?
Okay.
And how long the falling scene in Hot Rod was, which is a scene that's purposefully too long.
Right. Okay. I'm going to guess for this movie, the rundown.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess that the falling scene is about 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Weird sense of that's an entire song.
I was gonna say like car over the cliff to car hitting the water, maybe like 55 seconds.
Jace, on the money.
55 seconds?
56 seconds. Okay.
Wow.
How long do you think the hot rod scene was? It's purposefully way too long. Where you're like, okay, this is too long. So Denali, let's reel it in a little bit. Not 3 minutes. That would have been a sizable chunk of the movie.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna guess like if that was 56 seconds, I'm gonna guess Hot Rod was like maybe a little longer, like a minute 30.
Jace?
Yeah, since I haven't seen that, I don't know tempo. I feel like it was longer because of the way the cuts in the Hot Rod scene were, but maybe 50. Maybe it was actually shorter.
47 seconds.
Oh my god!
In Hot Rod.
It's shorter than the one from the rundown.
Yeah, the one in the rundown is 9 seconds longer.
Holy shit.
And Denali, I would have said the same thing.
Yeah.
I would have said maybe the one in Hot Rod is about maybe 1.5 times as long. That's where my gut was. And I was like, man, it wouldn't be hilarious if they're about the same length. And I stopped the movie and then watched the scene from Hot Rod and timed it.
So the parody doesn't even go as far as the reality in this movie. I think that's so good.
I like the, if I'm recalling the scene from Hot Rod correctly, I feel like in this one, they obviously have a lot of really far away shots of like the whole mountain. They want you to feel the scope of them rolling down it. But like in Hot Rod, it's like you're on the forest floor and there's the the log, and he like rolls into frame, hits it, it's like ah, and then rolls off of it.
Yeah, like I remember reading the like the director's note for that fall. He was just like, yeah, I wanted to film the longest fall ever filmed in a movie. Like we just tried. It was like a huge part of our filming and then like they said they had the stuntman for The Rock in this to do it for him because The Rock was like, no fucking way, I'm not doing that shit. And the stuntman like broke his ankle and like they had a bunch of injuries from this stunt.
It's totally unnecessary. Totally
it's
unnecessary.
You think it's
But it's
necessary or
funny as fuck.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, but it's like it really hammers home how big that mountain was. Because when Seann William Scott takes the wheel, you're like, okay, they're gonna tumble like once. But these dudes are tumbling down the entirety of this fucking mountain straight down into like a waterfall, and the truck falls. Like, talk about stranded. I think that really hammered that home there. It was a funny scene. I felt like after kind of the establishment, I think it started dragging for me, like just a little bit. It was getting a little long in the tooth. I was hoping this would be more of like a treasure hunt movie, kind of like Uncharted or something, where The Rock and Seann William Scott are like searching for this thing, and it's like Indiana Jones or something. And kind of like Sahara, it kind of gets caught up in this secondary plot, I think, of like, oh, we're dealing with this big evil villain and there's like rebels and we're trying to fight against, this whole thing. For me, I don't know how well that super worked. Maybe I wish it kind of contained itself like just a little bit more for me.
I think that one thing is really straightforward and upfront in the beginning half of this movie is that Christopher Walken's character is the bad guy. Mm-hmm. And like every time I see somebody walk onto the screen with a whip, I'm like, I want The Rock to beat the shit out of that dude. But then you hit the secondary plot of finding the gold cat and going on the adventure. And then it does kind of like in the back of your mind that there's the big bad that they have to deal with. So I think I agree with you that like when it comes back around, I think I was more invested in the like cultural plot of finding the Diablo, the cat, and then and then it was like, okay, just kidding. Now I gotta go kill some people.
Right. It felt like it kind of pulled it away for a bit too, and I feel like because there's a reveal that Rosario Dawson's character Mariano is the leader of like the rebel faction. I feel like they took to The Rock like a little too fast for this in this movie too. Like I don't feel like they had a reason to like his character, and when I feel like the character motivations don't line up for me, it's hard for me to like buy in. I think it was just like, he's the hero, everyone's gonna like him. Let's advance the plot. And for me, it didn't feel earned. I was like, okay, yeah, that's great. But there was like a pretty good translation gag, I think, of where Seann William Scott is speaking Portuguese and he's telling The Rock to just stare at the guy super menacingly. He's like, no, he'll respect you if you do this. And the guy's like, why the fuck is he staring at me like this? And he's like trying to make him seem like an asshole. Like, I think that was like a pretty good gag.
I think it's funny that it was I feel that Portuguese is different enough that like if it was like a straight shot in Spanish, you might understand what. Well, yeah. First of all, the Portuguese spoken in this language is known for being terrible. But like
the actor speaking Portuguese in this movie.
I feel as if though, because the language is different enough from English, that you could do that. You could have that language gag where you're like, no, I'm trying to calm him down. He works for Walker. You need to beat the shit out of him.
And speaking of which, like this cast is actually like really good. It contains a lot of character actors like Ewan Bremner from Our Flag Means Death. I think, is it John Grease from White
Napoleon
Lotus?
Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite. Like, I was like, what are all these people? And then when Christopher Walken showed up and Rosario Dawson, I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is this so stacked?
Yeah, and
like, really
I think unfairly kind of portrayed as a Rock movie, right? Like this was, he had a lot of screen time. He's the main character, but at the same time, everybody else is the one who brought like the emotional depth of the movie.
Yeah, I think so too. Like there's a lot of really hard hitting actors, and maybe it's because it's so, I guess maybe it's the 2000s, like they haven't been established yet. But
I think this is the first movie that Peter Berg directs. And I'm going to be entirely honest. I think I read the Roger Ebert review for this movie, who gave it pretty high reviews, but he kind of talked a little bit of shit about Peter Berg's ability to act and to make a good movie at the end of the review. So maybe to
kind of like convince them to do a good performance. That's interesting. Like, there's nothing in here that really stuck out to me. It was just kind of like, okay, they're reading lines. I think for me, but I don't go into these movies kind of expecting that. I think there was an interesting characterization, and I want to hear what you guys think about it, of like The Rock refusing to use guns in this movie.
This
could have been.
I want to talk about that too.
This could have been a shoot 'em up, but it wasn't.
That was really interesting, and I thought it gave The Rock like not only a good character background, because you're always like, oh wow, why doesn't he want to use guns? And Seann William Scott didn't let him hear the end of it, but also you need a reason to root for the characters at the end, and if it's just like an hour and a half of shooting, and then at the end there's a shootout, you're kind of like, okay, it's the same flavor. But I really liked that they saved The Rock using guns for the end, even though he didn't really do that much with them. I was still like, when they had that freaking Rambo on the roof.
Yeah.
Rambo on the roof during First Blood, like PTSD flashbacks. And then he grabs the freaking double shotguns. That was so cool. I've never seen double shotguns wielded
pumping
like that.
With his biceps against his body, like at the same time.
That was the
shooting.
coolest, probably like, I think singularly, like that was one of the coolest gun scenes I've ever seen.
When he grabbed both of them, so he was holding both of them between his fingers.
Yeah.
Like you would hold one normal gun, shot the roof with both of them at the same time. I was like, holy shit.
They did a good job at kind of building up the last action set piece because of that, where you have this moment where he finally, like, quote unquote cuts loose and then has like all of the, this big takedown. And then I read like the body count for this movie is 35.
That's
and I
really
feel like
low.
it would have, it is. And I think it's mostly this scene, because I feel like it is, like you said, Ryan, exhausting when you just see just a bunch of shooting for the whole movie. It's not that interesting. And seeing him navigate those scenes where he's disarming people and punching them like Batman, like I think it's kind of cool.
I think one thing to weigh in is that this movie's PG-13. And if you think about a lot of the gun use or like the weapon use, the movie's not really gory at all. In fact, Christopher Walken gets shot 3 times at the end of this movie when he's being confronted. He gets shot in the arm, and there's a little bit of a blood stain. And then he gets shot twice in the stomach, and you don't even actually see those wounds. So not only was there a little bit of weight by delaying the use of firearms until the end for the big action payoff like we talked about, but it kind of let them play in the Rock's wrestler space at the beginning.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's a good point, Jace. And I don't know. I really liked how physical he was, where it's weird to see a character who's like, I'm not going to do this cleanly and effectively. I'm going to get as dirty as possible just because I don't like doing it the other way. Like it's too easy that other way. It makes me evil. That was
option B.
Yeah, that was a really interesting thing I had never seen before.
It's rare when you have a PG-13 rating elevating the action in a movie. I think this is like one of the only cases where this is true. Because of this, you have a scene where The Rock is fighting 3 guys, each holding 2 whips. So he's fighting a total of 6 whips at one time. And he's like doing jump rope style push-ups to like dodge the whips. And the two of the whip guys like click their whips to undo switchblades. I'm like, holy shit. Like, this is amazing. That's what it kind of felt like, a big superhero set piece. And, honestly, I think Seann William Scott should have a shot at being a superhero. Like The Rock's got one with Black Adam. Maybe have Seann William Scott.
He'd be a good like
give
Johnny Flame or something.
I think he would. And Ryan Reynolds got 2 fucking superheroes. All right, that's not fair. He got 2 huge superheroes.
Same with Chris Evans.
That's true. He did get Johnny
Flame,
Storm and
Flame and
was it
Captain America?
Before we get into the meters, I want to talk about the very end of this movie, because it ends with The Rock bringing back Seann. They got the Gato do Diablo, and then the rebels get it, and they can kind of fund their whole thing against like the Mind Lord.
I think like the Mind Lord's dead. I think they can just fund their lives.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's a good point. But The Rock brings back Seann to his evil dad, and then he poisons the dad, right? Like he incapacitates him with the fruit. But because of his Batman style, like no killing, like this guy Billy, he could come after The Rock and Seann at any time now. Like, are they on the run forever? Like, what's the deal with the ending?
I think it was a friend thing, right? Like, he'd rather be hanging out with Seann. It's the first time he's not alone. He finally found a friend, and they want to hang out. And yeah, they might be on the run, but that's okay. It's just bad people,
But it's like he can never open his restaurant now if he's going to be on the run from the mob for the rest of his life.
I think he can open his restaurant. I think the implication was that he, is just not going to give a fuck anymore. The mob might have a new grudge with him, but it's not like he shafted the mob.
Yeah, I think he could handle it.
I think if you poison the mob leader and steal something from him, like he's gonna be pretty mad. But I guess maybe he's such a badass that he could, he can deal with it. And probably a setup for a sequel, which apparently is still in development after 20 years. And Swiss and The Rock have expressed interest in doing it again.
Ooh. It's just like, in development. It's been sitting in somebody's drawer and they move it around when they pick up a script underneath it.
They said they've rewritten it a bunch of times. At this point, like, I feel like you could still have the same characters. And maybe they're retrieving Sean's son, the two of them, who's an archaeologist.
Yeah.
And maybe Sean's son's maybe Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe have him do an Uncharted redo.
Nice. Wow.
Okay, should we get into our Seannometers?
Seannometers?
Yeah, Jace, go ahead.
Well, we should explain, Jace, maybe the purpose of the Seannometer.
Yeah. As we talked about earlier in the episode, we marathon a subject. We have 2 rating systems. We have, in this case, our Seannometer. So we're going to rate this movie based on, Seann in this movie based on how Seann he is, and we kind of take factors in from the other movies that they've been in or the overarching theme, and then we'll do a movie meter, and that's more or less like how well the movie worked or how effective it was or our enjoyment of it. And I'll come out of the gate saying that, like, obviously the volume was a bit lower in this still than Evolution, which is less than Dude, Where's My Car, but you open this one with the scene that you talked about where Seann is walking into the bar with flowers, and then his intro well, first of all, the first time we see him is a picture of him, and he looks like he does in every other movie where he's like, it's kind of like the mouth
face.
agape, the Seann face, yeah. And then when we actually see him on camera for the first time, he's giving the spiel about finding the flowers in the forest, and it's exactly what you would expect it to be. And then the same energy that I'm expecting from him when he's interacting with a rock and saying, I'm going to take option C, and then traversing through the forest. The physical comedy is on point. I could see this being an evolution of Stifler or Dude, Where's My Car? These could be almost in the same universe again. So I think I'm rating that pretty highly. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm still feeling like an 8. It's the third 8 that I've given, and
Damn.
It feels like his number, yeah.
All right. Jace, you didn't mention he did the caca in this movie.
Oh, damn it. I should have went next.
Yeah.
That's going to be a point on the Seannometer. The other point for me is he the best part of the movie? Because I feel like he's kind of a movie elevator to me. And to me, he is. I think he really did elevate this movie. He is the best part, if not one of the best parts of this movie. The volume of Seann is not as high, I think we've seen, right? Like, there's scenes without him that are kind of extended in this movie. However, he does serve as an effective comic relief. He's an overzealous idiot. He's not very shibby in this movie, which is going to, like, kind of dock a little bit, but it's still sort of there. And I also think he's quotable. Like, I think quotability of Seann is also going to be a big part of the meter. Like, he's got the little thunder, a little lightning, like that kind of thing. Like, there's stuff you can quote in this movie. So I think for me, it's going to be a 7. Like, I think I want to leave some room on the bottom for movies where he's just like a really a side character. Because in here, I think he's on the front cover with The Rock. So 7.
Wow, I'm going to go out and say this is my first 10 of the season.
Whoa.
I loved him in this movie. I agree he's the best part. At one point I had my phone out and I heard his voice and I put my phone down. I was like, "Oh, Sean's in this scene." And last episode I said we're going to see Kaka again, and here it is. So that might be the only way I might dock him a point, but that's not the case. I don't agree that he should be docked for not having more presence, because the way I am going to rate this is that he's not the main character, but he's probably second or maybe third, but really second build, and he's on the poster. All those are checked. So I don't think he's going to get a minus for quantity for me, because that's the essence of his character in my mind. I liked him. He was hot. He was funny. He was a badass, a little bit of a womanizer, maybe not that successful, but that's kind of the trope too. So there's nothing more that I think he would have done. Like, if we would have done more, it kind of would be a lower score. Did less, I think a little bit of a less score. And let's not forget, his character saved The Rock at the very end. So he's an important part to the movie. So 10.
Wow.
I said it.
So would you think, like, if he was in the movie for 1 minute, would it be a higher Seann score?
No.
Like
I
if
said that.
he's like
if
the
he's in the
less
movie
he's-
more, less
Okay.
score. If he's in the movie
Less.
less score.
So it's there's a sweet
It's
spot.
got to be in the right spot
There's a sweet spot of where he's in the movie
of
at the
getting
right
1
amount of
point
time.
for the volume.
Okay. All right, Jace, what do you got for the movie meter? What do you think about this dang thing?
This is a tough one. I told you guys I really like this movie.
Yeah.
And I continue to really like this movie. I think it's effective at what it does as a PG-13 action comedy with like a good slew of scenes that seem like well choreographed fight scenes mixed with some inappropriate comedy, like a monkey humping a face. That's just so funny. The Rock's delivery of waking up kind of I guess high or hungover from the fruit. He's like, monkeys. He's laying on the ground like that. He did really well. I think that they actually did like a fair amount of character development in this. I like that the first scene you see with The Rock, he's listening to like an NPR type cook show, and he's literally writing down mushrooms, and he's got a picture in his notebook for like they could have gone like, oh, this is The Rock, he wants to get out of the game, but it's like, oh, this is The Rock and he wants to get out of the game so he can open up a restaurant. It's like not character development that I was imagining would happen in the rundown or what you would think might happen in the rundown. So I think the major points that this movie's missing are there are some, 2000s era commentary in the movie that comes from people that we are supposed to think are bad guys, but it's still a little jarring. That kind of brings it down. But like, I think I like this movie as like an 8 also.
All right. And
Yeah.
pretty good. That's a B. That's a pretty good rating. Most kids would be happy with that. And as far
An
as
8
this
is
goes,
not a B.
An 8's definitely like an A-.
An 8's
It's
like
a-
an A- in this context because like a passing grade in school is not a 5. It's a 7.
isn't it like 80% is a B?
Yes, I understand that analogy. But in this circumstance, that's not what we're doing. We're not giving like barely passing a 7.
I am. Okay. For the movie meter for me, yeah, this was better than I was expecting, I think. My bar was like pretty dang low though. Like I was expecting to like hate this movie. But yeah, I was entertained by it. The back half of this movie drug, like I said, a little bit. But overall, like I had fun watching it. Like Seann William Scott and The Rock's dynamic was fun to watch. There's some decent gags, some quips, some laughs. It didn't always work for me, but I think for the most part, like when you're talking about PG-13 action comedy from 2003, I'm thinking I'm like ripping my hair out. I'm not going to enjoy this, but it was actually pretty fun. I can see why FX ran this like every single week for like 20 years because I think this is a movie when you see it on, it's like, oh, the rundown. Sweet. I'm going to like just kill 30 minutes real quick and watch this movie. The action set pieces were cool. They're light, they're fun, but the movie as a whole is not really bringing me anything new to like chew on. Like it's a specific formula, and I don't know if this formula is executed in a way that like holds my interest like the whole time. I'm gonna give it a merciful 5. If it was 2 hours, I think it would be like a 1 for me, but they made some good choices here. They tightened it up. Just a fun, low stakes action comedy. Yeah, 5.
I'm going to come right out and say it. I'm going to give it an 8 as well, Jace.
Whoa.
And yeah, I've been thinking about the 6 to 8 range. Consider giving it a 7, but it's got my boy Arnold Schwarzenegger. So that's extra point.
Have fun.
That's it.
I want to talk about
That's
the
always
length
a line.
because you just talked about the length of this movie, and it's like an hour and 44 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And that's the sweet spot for me. I don't like long movies unless they're epics. I agree about the 2 hours remark, but I liked the tropes. They hit the tropes. The MacGuffin trope, the one more job trope, the 2 buddies. But every time they did it, I agree with everything you said. There's like a twist. It's one more job to open up a restaurant. That's funny. It's buddy cop, but the other guy's a badass too. I don't know. It's something hit right with me every which way it went, and the not using guns thing caught me by surprise. Like it literally caught me by surprise. Otherwise, this would be like a Jack Reacher, movie. And I thought to myself during the movie, like, man, is this like the 3rd best Indiana Jones movie? This is not bad. Like what they're not. I don't think much of it was bad. If anything, it's the like execution of it. I didn't have many problems with the movie at all. It's not like I said, I'm giving an extra point based on Arnold, but like I did enjoy this movie. I would recommend it. Julie fell asleep in the first 10 minutes, so I'm going to make her rewatch it because I actually think she would enjoy it. And I want to give a little shout out to whoever did the sound mixing. I have my surround sound set up in my front room now. And why does this thing slap so freaking hard? Like the cave scene when they have to actually grab the gato, they have like the rocks falling and everything breaking is like 3D mapped to perfection. I actually I was leaning over and I sat up into the middle of the couch because I could be equidistant from all my surround sound speakers because I wanted it to I was like, wow, this sounds really good. And I didn't expect that from a 2003 movie at all. So maybe that's where the budget is. They brought in the
best mixer.
Paid him $10 million and he sits down and he's like, I'm going to need like that guy. What movie was he watching? He's like, I need a Hot Pocket.
The Core. Like a lifetime supply of Xena movies and Hot Pockets, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Everything hit right. And Jace said, if I don't get drunk and like this movie, he's going to punch me. And I did those things. So yeah, I'm going to give it an 8.
So this isn't like a Sahara situation, Jace. Like, does this make you feel better that we had a better reaction to this movie that's kind of like Sahara?
It does make me feel a little bit better. I think
that's good.
Sahara was, trying to go for a bit more.
Sahara was also 45 minutes longer than this.
Yeah.
Sahara was an epic. We can do a Sahara revisited, after, because I feel like we've watched a ton. I mean, we watched like 70 more movies since Sahara. Maybe if we go back, we're like, that wasn't as bad as some of the movies we watched. But as far as next week goes, I believe, Ryan, it's your pick for the newest Seann William Scott movie. Like, what are we gonna review? What does our audience have to look forward to? And you folks, you guys can watch along at home. You can do your homework and then come in and chat with us.
Yeah, let's give it a pause for editing because I totally forgot it was my week. All right, we're gonna watch a movie that I think I've seen before. It's we're going right back into another found on TV movie. Which is interesting. I didn't know he was kind of like associated with that really, but we're going to watch Bulletproof Monk.
Oh, Jesus
also
Christ.
From 2003. The same runtime,
same
rating.
Bulletproof Monk, I believe. Yeah, I think this was also on FX a lot.
And Sean gets the same billing order. So yeah, I think we're going to see. Maybe this will be a fun comparison.
This dude was working, man. Like, was he doing like
real.
4 movies a year? Holy crap. All right. Bulletproof Monk. Oh, Chow Yun Fat. Sick. Guy's a badass. Well, for you folks at home, you can watch Bulletproof Monk.
Yeah, that's it.
You can watch it, rent it on Amazon or on DVD or
it's
other
on
places.
Cinemax, if you're one of those people. You don't have to confess.
Yeah. If you have Cinemax, maybe see if it's
Cinemax.
playing. Hope you guys will join us for next week. Let us know what you think about the rundown if you've seen this. Like, I know a lot of you folks probably have seen it at home. I think anyone from our era, it's a high probability you might have seen this. DM us on our Instagram, Good Boys Gone Bland. Follow us on TikTok, whatever you want, guys. Check us out on YouTube, too. I'm like gradually catching us up on YouTube. If you ever want to see our faces doing these episodes, I don't know why you do, but I'm offering it to you guys. What do you guys want to do to close out the show? Do you want to give a Seanism? To close out the show, how about we each do an impression of Seann? Let's see if we've improved.
Oh, fuck. I don't.
Let's say a line from this movie.
Seann William Scott quotes, "My role model is my dad."
That's a real quote from
I think that's just
person,
a real,
not a character.
Yeah. What a homie. God, so wholesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll look up Seann William Scott quotes.
That's why I don't want to do an impression of him because he's like a normal person.
He has a voice that he does.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, sure, bud. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll get that for you.
That's not bad.
For you.
I love everything about Minnesota. He said that once, and Seann William quotes.
I think we were on the same page.
Yeah.
I think this is not a great segment.
We used a lot of brain power today. I'm kind of dripped
I'm really
out.
tired.
Yeah, that was good, guys. Thanks for joining us.